Up, up, up.
Set him up, honey.
I am, past him.
If from now on, just tell them to walk to me down the road and start on fast. And then go back.
Here's the finals. First class. Number 7, Stephanie Mann. Number 5, Megan Burrs. And number 3, Heather Ransom. This class is sponsored by Dick's Body Shop in Marshfield, Indiana. Thank you. We would ask that all exhibitors please be on time in the makeup parade. Please be on time. Thank you. If you should so plan to scratch, let us know in advance of your announcement. Thank you very much. Here we have the Ohio 56 and under mayors, any age in the makeup ring, the 56 and under pose in the makeup ring, please. class number 6, please be in the makeup ring. Thank you.
Now we'll go back to down the rail on Palmer Classic.
Here are the results of the English Showmanship Senior class. First place goes Stephanie Mann. Second place, number 27, Holly Carey. Third place, number 8, Stephanie Moore. Let's bring the buggy on. Let's bring the horses and buggies on now, the driving horses. Class number 24, junior and senior driving horses.
I don't need a girth.
Oh, turn around and walk back this way.
Okay, we will.
How nice. Where'd you get this? Something new.
Now there's the mode of
Guess
transportation that's pollution free. And don't forget the beautiful ladies tonight at 8 o'clock. The 1992 4-H team will be crowned. Thank you. Walk your horses, please. Walk your horses. Trot your horses, please. Trot your horses. Walk your horses, please. Canter your horses. Canter, please. Reverse and walk. Reverse and walk, please. Trot your horses, please. Trot your horses. This class is sponsored by Wright Implement Company. Wright Implement Company. Walk your horses, please. Walk your horses. Canter your horses, please. Canter your horses. Stephanie Mann. Number 2, number 28, Shanique Arthur. We're going to take a 30-minute break right now, and when we come back, we'll start up with the class of English Blazer under 56, junior, senior. Under 56 and junior, senior in 1 half. Nikki Hobaugh. Nikki Hobaugh. You got your class, George. Walk your horses, please. Walk your horses. Trot your horses, please. Trot. Could we have class number 29 to make up the line? Hunsey Equitation Juniors. Class number 29 to make up the line, please. Walk your horses, please. Walk your horses. Canter your horses, please. Canter.
two of mine like to do is they like to wrestle. My hand, I mean, they just go for it.
Capture your horses, please. Capture. If you notice this class and these contestants working, this English is a difficult class to master. You can see how hard these kids have worked over the summer, how well they've taken care of their horses, and look at their dress. It's just magnificent. Thank you.
She did. She said, sure, and that was meant she was wrong, but they didn't. She thought they'd come back and say, okay, you know. She's like, oh, shit.
Hey, Mom. Michelle says my dad will take me now.
Howard, he's done this before, Billy. Very aware of the 5 count. We've seen it in other games. He called a timeout, leaving the Wolverines with 1.
Mister, I'm taking you in.
Marshal, isn't the fella entitled to a last meal?
Folks everywhere are headed to McDonald's for the return of the Wild West, because for a limited time you can rustle up the two-fisted taste of a sassy McRib or breakfast up on ham, green peppers, and cheese and a tempting Western omelet McMuffin.
Ma'am, that was mighty tasty. I'll need an order to go.
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Don't you know it's not polite to talk with your mouth full?
This royal throne of kings, this happy breed of men, this earth of majesty, this little world.
The airline that's uniting the world. United brings you non-stop service from 6 U.S. cities to London's Heathrow and the land of poets.
This blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England.
Come fly the friendly skies.
3 teams are set for Saturday. Cincinnati awaits the winner of this one. Michigan will have possession with a 3-point lead. And I remind you, Billy, that yesterday Kentucky had a 3-point lead in the overtime and possession. And Duke came back to win it.
Jim, one of the things interesting, Michigan still only has 5 team fouls. So Ohio State still not in the 1-1, find themselves down 3 here. It's kind of a difference in the second game particularly. Ohio State was 24 of 30 from the free throw line in that game. Score was 77-66, so it wasn't a real high scoring game. And Michigan was only 5 for 15 from the line. So obviously a big change in the way these teams are playing aggressive defense without fouling so much.
These 2 rivals last met in overtime 10 years ago in Ann Arbor, and Michigan prevailed 62-60. Juwan Howard walking back to the baseline where he'll inbound.
And you notice Rose is positioned in a different place than he normally is now. And I think maybe the swing is coming to get Rose that ball. He doesn't want to release too soon.
They deny Rose. Weber comes to it and gets it back over to Jalen Rose. Alex Davis on him. Skelton is in for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they're in just to play some fresh defense because Baker and Brown right back up on the sideline.
Rose on the drive.
And the rebounds. Amazing. Rose, even with that left hand, which is so predominant in his play, will drive to the right on you, even though he's got that left hand moving.
Starting backcourt back in, Brown and Baker, and Billy, that was the 4th against Jim Jackson. Rose was in a shooting situation. You know, you think of Michigan and Ohio State. They've met so many times in football with a Rose on the line. A Rose Bowl, that is.
Right.
Now here's a Jalen Rose. He'll have one more.
And Jim, that foul on Jackson hurts in another way. He penetrates an awful lot on his dribble. He's going to have to be careful now because he could pick up the offensive charge foul.
Five-point lead, exactly 2 minutes to go. Jamal Brown, long, listen to three, comes back out to Baker. He spots a man on the baseline. It's Jackson, and Ohio State calls an immediate timeout.
Well, how often have we seen the three-point shot provide the long rebound?
Timeout, Ohio State.
Jimmy Jackson floating on the baseline. Ohio State timeout.
When you've got something precious to carry, this is one way to do it. Here's another. Chevy Lumina Euro Sedan. Engineered with four-wheel independent suspension and standard anti-lock brakes. It's one way to help make sure your precious cargo is delivered safely. Chevrolet, the cars more people depend on. And now it's easy to win with the Heartbeat.
Want to run your windowing software fast? Then you need a real power source inside. A source that can generate the power your software needs. The affordable Intel 486. Power it up and run your software at light speed. Intel, the computer inside.
Owning a John Deere Tricycler mulching mower means no grass clippings to bag, which is good for the environment. But at John Deere, we happen to know about a few other things in the environment. So when your grass grows too long to mulch,
After 4 straight days of rain, tomorrow's forecast, sunshine.
you can simply change your Tricycler into a rear bagger and collect your grass clippings. The John Deere Tricycler mower. It's as changeable as the weather.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find it.
Hot coffee and steak in front of strangers at 30,000 feet? Not with my old adhesive.
Fixodent holds stronger than any other adhesive. It even stands up to the hottest liquids.
Now I fix it and forget it.
I'm Harry Smith.
And I'm Mark McEwen. How much money are you losing when you throw away those coupons?
It can add up to real money. Find out how to cash in on coupons tomorrow on CBS This Morning.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, we'll find out why Henry Kissinger is so upset, followed by Murder, She Wrote, and Highway Heartbreaker. 3-point lead. Mason Blue with 1:35 to go.
Nice job by Juwan Howard with nobody open. Brings the ball up the court himself.
How many times do you see your center do that?
Yep.
Ray Jackson right back to him. He got wild.
Weber's too strong to fall on the arm.
He can increase the lead to 6.
Watch the cut and an excellent pass. He goes back to us. He's just too strong. Gent must weigh 220, and Weber just takes him anyway.
Weber will step to the line.
You know, Jim, what was impressive about him at the press conference the other day when they asked him about his game, instead of talking about the 4 points in the 18 minutes he played, he talked about the team and about the spirit of the seniors. Never used the word I in his comments. Classy kid.
6-point lead. Weber with 23. A must possession for Ohio State.
Bustin', they've got to start thinking 3-point shots, too.
Brown drives, lays it up. No! Thunderbird belongs to Ohio State.
I think they need to drive inside and force the ball back out to Gent for a 3 or Jackson for a 3.
We started with 64 teams. We're down to 5. 64 seconds to play for the final spot.
They're not going to get 3 or 4 possessions here. They need to be thinking 3. There it is.
Oh, it slipped right out of his hands. Baker, he drives right over Weber. And Howard and Michigan with possession. Oh, Gent with the steal. Jackson gives it up. Gent walks out. High arching 3. Jalen Rose.
He's not going to give it up. He wants to get fouled. Smart play.
They're in the double bonus. 10-team fouls against Ohio State. So Rose will have 2. With 32 seconds remaining.
Well, Jim, they said that Steve Fisher did it with Bill Frieder's team last time. Nobody can take anything away from Steve Fisher this time. These are his kids.
The 89 team came out of Atlanta and out of Lexington. The same combo this year. In fact, they've stayed at the same hotels, everything.
Same towels.
Had to beat a conference foe in the tournament that had beaten them 2 for 2 in the regular season. Then it was Illinois. Timeout called by Michigan, and they don't have any remaining.
Jim, one of the things that's interesting about the Michigan kids, they have a certain swagger about them. But, you know, yesterday they said something. There have only been 2 teams this year we have not beaten at least once. One is Ohio State, and the other one is Duke.
They said we have some payback to do. And they're not looking ahead. They say we're not looking ahead, but the ultimate for us would be to meet Duke in the Monday night final.
Now, they said that they weren't looking forward to being one of the Sweet Eight because you have to go through the Sweet Eight to get what they really want.
Ohio State is down 8 with 32 seconds remaining. This 8-point margin is the largest of the game for any team, either team.
You see what Steve Fisher's doing right now. He wants Jackson to make them dribble the ball, to use some time up, and then drop weight back in defense.
Jackson 3. Vanderberg. He'll challenge Weber and lay it in. Ohio State has 1 timeout left. They won't use it here. Baseball pass. Oh, Davis looked up. He could have had it. Now he comes right back to her. 10 seconds to go. Jim needs to hit a quick 3 and call the time. Follow up. Here's her timeout. With 3.4 seconds to go. A 4-point lead. Michigan 3 seconds from going to the Final Four. Up 4.
Kids laugh when I just talk. I hate words. I want to be a writer.
You can ski a live volcano. Take a dip in the Colorado. Take your bike way up in the blue. Get your tidal wave and go. You can sled without the snow. But you've never done nothing like a diet too. Full tilt taste. You won't believe it's a diet. You can leap, you can fly, take a ride in the sky. But you've never done nothing like a diet too.
Maybe your first car shouldn't be a car.
I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare.
Get this Chevy S10 EL pickup with cash back for around $8,000. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Like a rock, oh, like a rock.
Before the memo goes out, I want you all to know I've brought in digital, but don't worry, your jobs aren't going to change. You just need to work together more. Interoperate, share applications, that's what digital is all about. With their help, this company can really go places. So, keep up the good work and say hello to your new colleague.
Jeff, Michigan cannot lose this game. They can hand the ball to Ohio State, let Ohio State score. Ohio State has no more timeouts, so they cannot lose the game. You don't have to devise a play here. Really hand the ball in bounds.
Punched into the air. The game is over. The Fab Five is headed to the Final Four.
Do they surprise you anymore?
They can't, Curry. A lot of heart and a lot of toughness. And we're a good team. We're a good team. They're not freshmen.
Back to the Final Four, deja vu from Lexington all over again.
Everybody kept telling me this, and I was a tough believer. I believe now. We got a good team.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Back to you, Jim Nance.
They become the lowest seed since Kansas in 1988 to make the Final Four. We are now set for Minneapolis. It'll be Cincinnati and Michigan in the first game, followed by Indiana and Duke, game 2. The Chevrolet players of the game, Chris Webber and Jim Jackson. Billy, I don't know when college basketball has seen such an exciting team come on the scene. These kids are remarkable. And let's send it back to Pat O'Brien.
And Coach was right. Those kids made believers out of us all. A reminder to stay tuned for the CBS News Magazine 60 Minutes tonight. Why is Henry Kissinger so upset? Maybe he thinks the 60 Minutes crew knows more about him than it does. Right, find out tonight. Then it's Murder, She Wrote, followed by the CBS Sunday movie Highway Heartbreaker. Sounds like an appropriate sequel to The Road to the Final Four. Now let's mark our calendars again for next weekend as March Madness rolls into April. On Saturday, our coverage begins with the Women's Final Four show from Los Angeles at noon Eastern Time. Southwest Missouri State will tip against Western Kentucky at 12:42 Eastern, with Stanford and Virginia to follow in the second women's semifinal. At 5 o'clock Eastern, the scene shifts to Minneapolis for the men's Final Four show, followed by Cincinnati against Michigan. Pencil that tip in for 5:42 Eastern. And about 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, Indiana and Duke. You could not ask for more next Saturday on CBS Sports. On Sunday at 4, we'll have the Women's National Championship. And on Monday night, it all caps off with the National Championship at 9 Eastern Time. 64 teams were chosen 2 weeks ago. Tonight, the Final Four remain. And for all of us here at CBS Sports, I'm Pat O'Brien in New York. How much fun has this been, folks? Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Saturday. We're coming to Minneapolis. Good night, everybody.
This royal throne of kings, this earth of majesty, this little world.
United brings you non-stop service from 6 U.S. cities to London's Heathrow and the land of poets.
This earth, this realm, this England.
Come fly the friendly skies.
When you look for champions, you look to CBS Sports.
The last 6 finishes at the Masters. 86, Jack Nicklaus rallies through the back 9. 87, Larry Mize chips it in for a spectacular playoff victory. 88, Sandy Lyle birdies the 18th. 89 and 90, Nick Faldo triumphs in playoffs. Last year, Ian Woosnam proves victorious in a classic duel with Tom Watson. This year, American Fred Couples has been dominating the tour and promises to make this another memorable Masters. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS. This is CBS.
Coming up next on Lafayette Live, a warm welcome home for the Jeff Broncos. 2,000 fans greet the team with a caravan and a victory celebration. And the community honors Diamond Volunteers. Paul Stouter recaps the game, and Steve Shearer tells us when the rain will end. Join us for Lafayette Live next.
Every Sunday, around twilight, America gets so quiet, you can actually hear the sound of a single clock
ticking. 60 Minutes with Mike Wallace, Lori Safer, Ed Bradley, Steve Croft, and Leslie Stahl. The time is Sunday night. The look is CBS.
His life's work expressed the dreams of the world. A tribute to the land in touch. Highway to Heaven.
You're watching WLFI TV 18. Now, where Lafayette looks for news in the 90s. This is Lafayette Live, TV 18 News at 6. With Jill Bauer, Ron Rhodes with weather, and Paul Stouter with sports.
Good evening. The Lafayette Jeff Broncos may not have won the state basketball championship, but they're first in the hearts of thousands of Lafayette fans. The team came home to a victory celebration this afternoon, and we begin our coverage with photographer Mike Bridges at the celebration.
They need support, whether they win or whether they lose. They still did the best they could, and they did the best job they could, and I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to come out and support them in any way that you can.
Everybody's looking down on you, and they really respect you, and you just go out there, and the people are cheering real loud for you, and it's just great.
A lot of people will be down after a loss like that, and it's great to come back and see that fans are still here, you know, supporting us even after we lost.
Last night was the last time that I'll ever get to see him play, so, I mean, being a senior and being friends with them all, it was just that supporting your team, just being there for him, no matter what, win or lose.
From downtown storefront windows to the Hoosier Dome, where thousands of people cheered them on, the Jeff Broncos have benefited from an incredible year of fan support. Fans who have backed Jeff basketball for years say this was one of the best for support.
This group has seemed to support it, even though maybe they were losing or whatever, even the past years, but it's just got more and more support in support of the community and for the boys.
My freshman year, there wasn't that much, and then my sophomore year was the year that we lost to Anderson semi-state, and then last year losing in regionals, and this year just totally blew me away because all of our fan support.
An estimated 2,000 fans showed up for a victory celebration at the Crawley Athletic Center, and this year's sideline support wasn't lost on the team. Broncos who took the microphone all thanked the fans for a great year.
And you score a big bucket, and you hear the crowd go roaring. I mean, you just get the adrenaline pumping. I mean, it just makes you want to work harder.
Last year there was a couple times, you know, a couple different games that a lot of people would show up. But like this year, all the way through the game, it was real consistent. There's a lot of people here, a lot of people cheering for us, you know, sticking up for us all season.
We have great fans here. Maybe we picked up in numbers this year, but, you know, that's going to happen when you have success. You know, people are going to get on it. But, you know, we have a great core of fans that go with us everywhere. So, you know, we've always had good, you know, great fans here.
Fans who may be disappointed that the Broncos didn't go all the way this year can take heart. Returning players are promising to be back in the Final Four in 1993. Jeff Smith, TV 18 News.
For the Broncos and their fans, Saturday was a roller coaster ride in the Hoosier Dome. Mike Piggott and photographer Mike Bridges show you the story of the day that was almost perfect.
There aren't many good seats for basketball in the Hoosier Dome, but when 35,000 people gather for the high school Final Four, there's plenty of excitement. Game one against Warsaw left those fans confident. Between games at the team hotel, preparations for the 32 minutes to cap off the season.
All signs point to the Rockets. You know, we got a lot of confidence. You know, we're playing for a state championship. But I think we're also playing.